Hi, this is Andy Warner with Our East Tennessee, and today I'm getting to sit down with Rob Johnson from Morristown.
Yes, sir.
We're up at the Elevate Barber College in Kingsport. So Rob, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's just jump into it. I got a few questions for you here. We're at a barber shop, Barber College. Did you know you always wanted to be a barber?
Not exactly. I just knew that I love being in a barbershop, and I love what all goes on in the barbershop. Barbershop I grew up in, there's a lot of sports talk, a lot of, this is back when people took walk-ins in the barbershops, and it was just, you got to know everybody, and everybody's in there laughing. It's just a good time.
That's awesome. How old were you when you started learning the trade?
I didn't really learn the trade until probably around 2013. That's when I actually went to barber school. No, I went to barber school before that. I just didn't finish.
Okay.
But when I was taking it serious was like 2013. I went to barber school and graduated and got my license from there.
So you run a barber school now. What's that process like? Like, how does a barber school work? How long is the process?
It's 1,500 hours. You can come full-time or you can come part-time. Full-time, it takes you probably around 11 months to get done. Part-time will take you about 16 to 17 months.
Okay.
So they're with me for a good amount of time.
That's awesome. So what were some of your biggest challenges early on coming out of barber school?
Well, the barber school I went to, you didn't get too many reps cutting hair, so we worked on mannequins a lot. So I didn't get a lot of hands-on experience with customers. So cutting hair, I wasn't that good cutting hair, and I went in a barbershop working beside two guys that've been cut since the '90s. So it was a challenge for me to get people's trust to even sit in my chair, and that was one of my biggest challenges, building clientele.
That's awesome. What are some of the things that just made you fall in love with it? Like, why have you stuck with it?
It's just really it's the people you meet and the relationships you build from people. I've just made friends just from cutting hair. That's I still talk to these people still to this day. People I didn't even know before I got into barbering. So that's what's made me stick with it.
You had anybody memorable or anybody famous that you've gotten to work on, or even if it's just local famous?
Right now, I cut an NFL player. He's a coach at a local college, Carson Newman.
Okay.
And he's won 2 Super Bowl rings.
That's awesome.
I can't think of anybody really famous I've met.
Okay.
But yeah, you meet people like that. People who's played football and sports and stuff. Sports is my thing. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, when did you decide you wanted to own your own shop? At what point was that, from the beginning, or did something click along the way?
I've always wanted to own my own shop because I love the business side of things, and I always like the barbershop that I grew up in. The actual barber who owned the shop, he was very friendly to people. Whoever walked in that door, didn't matter what you look like or anything. Just remember him when I grew up. I knew I wanted to run a business just like him, and that's why I got into it.
That's awesome. What was the biggest risk you took? And did it feel like a risk? Did you realize that starting your own business, starting your own thing was going to be risky?
Yeah, it's a risk, but I actually, what made me jump out there and do it is I seen a motivational video one day, and it said if you don't never jump off the cliff, you don't know if your parachute's gonna open. And luckily, whenever I jumped off the cliff, my parachute opened. Three times. This business is going in a great direction. So
yeah. So you started your own shop, then you got the KO Barber School down in Morristown, and then Elevate your partners with up here.
Micah Taylor is my partner here.
Awesome. And what were some of the lessons that being an entrepreneur taught you? Like starting your own business, putting yourself out there. What are some of the things that you've kind of picked up along the way? Just whether it's getting out of your comfort zone or.
Yeah, it's getting out of your comfort zone and not being scared. Because now it's just made me. I've done this twice, so I'm thinking now what else could I do? Can I go over here this burger place and open me a burger place in Morristown or whatever? I'm not no good cook. I'm gonna have to find me a good cook. But But I cut hair, but like it's just made me want to try other things and go into other avenues of business.
That's awesome. And what is it about business that you love? Like, is it the growth? Is it the challenge? Is it the money? Like, what part of it really gets you?
It's the challenge of trying to make something grow out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, everything I've done has came from nothing but scratch. Nothing's been handed to me. I went in debt trying to make all of this happen.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, and I'll try it again.
Yeah. And that's something people don't normally talk about is that the late nights, the waking up in the middle of the night.
Oh no, it's 7 days a week whenever you own a business. I mean, I'm working, you know, because my school in Morristown has night class, so I'm working 12 hours, 12-hour days. I'll leave here and I'm in Morristown until almost 9 o'clock at night sometimes.
Yeah. So, you know, there's the hours, there's the worry, there's the debt. But what was the hardest part about getting a school started?
The stuff that you have to submit to the state, like the handbook, because you gotta have all your ducks in a row whenever you submit it to the state, because it covers yourself and then it also protects your students as well. You know, so that was the biggest challenge, because that took almost like 3 months to work on, to submit all this stuff, because you can submit it and you go in front of the barber board and they can turn it down just like that, and then it takes another 2 months to go in front of them again.
Yeah.
So you can have a whole school ready and think you're ready to open the door and submit this stuff, and they see that everything is not what it's supposed to be, and they'll be like, no, you need to fix this and come back in 2 months.
What do you think makes a good barber shop? Like, what when you're teaching these students?
I think customer service. I think customer service is the main part of it. I think customer service is 70% of it, because people want to be treated a certain way whenever they walk in the door. And I teach my students, you know, to ask them how they heard about you, you know, and thank them right then for even trying you out, and then when they leave, thank them and ask them to come back. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah. It's customer service and really it's just how you treat people in general, and keeping the business very professional. As far as your language and everything else, because you can go to a barbershop and, you know, and hear some things that you shouldn't hear. You know, you want kids to come in, you want to be welcome kids, pastors, because pastors, they will go tell their congregation, like, hey, I went and had a good experience at this certain shop, and then these people will come and try your business out.
Yeah. What, and we talked about it a little bit before we got the interview started, but you know, have you seen kind of like the culture of barbershops change over the years? Because you've been in it a while. You mentioned growing up as a kid, being around things, and then like there's different styles of barbershops even now.
Oh yeah, I've seen it change a lot. You know, it was very traditional, but now it's changed a lot. Even since COVID, a lot of barbers are going to all appointments, and used to that was salons you've seen a lot, but now you got barbers doing that. Some people don't like that. They want the old barbershop feel, and that's something that we give here because it's all walk-ins. You know, there's no appointments here, and just the style. Even the style. Like you got certain shops, like even the style, how they dress. Mm-hmm. Everybody in that shop sort of has that type of style, and you know, and then too, it's I've seen shops offer more stuff than just barbering. You got some shops they got their merchandise. They got there's just a number of stuff you can add to barbering that it's just not about cutting hair. Some people, they want to do facials and stuff like that.
Yeah, and even around town here, I mean, you got all different styles, from little corner store that's a one guy type shop to, you know, bigger places that have craft beer and like it's just a whole experience.
Yeah, because now you can also sell beer out of a barbershop. So if you want to put a bar in there and have tap, you can do that now. They passed that probably 2 years ago.
Okay, I didn't know that was actually a thing. All right. What are some success stories from the students you've had come through?
Well, I haven't. Here at Elevate, I haven't had one student graduate yet. Okay. But as far as still new. As far as my Morristown location, I've graduated over almost 50 students. I mean, it's probably close to 50. I say probably about 40 some ended up with their license.
Okay.
But the biggest part is I've seen 14 businesses open,
Oh my God.
14 barbershops open. So, and that's the biggest thing to me is seeing these people go have success outside of school.
And when you got a customer in the chair, what makes a good customer in the chair? Because there's going to be folks watching this.
A good customer in the chair, I'd say a customer that sits still. You know, because I mean, I have a friend. He's 36 years old and he moves more than a small kid. But you know, a good customer in the chair is just somebody that really enjoys their experience and you build a relationship with that person. Because you know, I've been cutting hair and like I'm trying to get away from cutting hair, but a lot of the people that supported me at first, whenever I didn't really have no clients or anything, I still cut their hair because it's hard for me to tell them no, because at one point in time I didn't have that person.
Yeah.
So these people are, you know, I still have people pop up at my school more and sound like, man, can you cut me? And sometimes I want to say no, I'll be tired of it, but I'll tell them, of course I'll cut them, you know.
All right, so and this is kind of more for me personally, hopefully other people will have the same question, but tell me about tipping etiquette in a barber shop. When you get done with your haircut, how should tipping work? Just no nonsense, plain talk.
As far as tipping, I mean we're not like bartenders. You know, really your tip should be added into your price. That's how I feel. Like if you feel like your worth is, put as a barber, put your price as that price right there, and then it'd be up to the customer to throw you a little extra if they feel like it, because you know we're not bartenders. Our price, whatever you feel like you're worth, just go ahead and charge it in, so you don't have to worry about a tip.
Appreciate that. All right, and how can folks learn more about you? Give us your website, social media, whatever you got.
We have a Facebook page, Elevate Barber College. We have Instagram, Elevate Barber College, and what else we got? Oh yeah, we got elevatebarbercollege.com. You can find us on there as well. And it's got all the information on there, how you sign up. It's got the application on there if you want to sign up. Once you sign the application fee, that's when you'll get a call, and then you can come in, and you can come in and pay your down payment, or you can stop by here anytime and see the place. We'll walk you around and talk to me or Micah and get you rolling here.
Good deal. Rob, thanks for making some time today. All right, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.